Yeah, we back again.
We're back.
Welcome to Unpretty, the podcast.
Hi, guys.
Who are you?
Who am I? Your wife.
She has a name. It's Cassandra.
I'm Cassandra.
And I'm Nikki, her wife. What are we talking about today?
I think the final pillar of emotional intelligence, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Social skills.
Social skills.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's cool about social skills is it is the rest of the pillars in action.
Mm-hmm.
So being self-aware, self-regulating our emotions, motivating ourselves, self-motivation, having empathy for ourselves and other people, and then social skills is putting all of those into practice in our daily lives.
Yep.
So basically, you can't really be great at social skills if you're not going to put in the time and energy into being good at the other four pillars.
Yeah, that's exactly, I think, the purpose of why you wanted to put these out. So people, because a lot of people don't know.
I didn't know.
Right.
I mean, I'm trying to think about when I actually became aware of how important emotional intelligence is.
Yeah.
And I honestly can't think of it right now. But I think it was through different books. Because I still haven't read a book specifically on emotional intelligence, but there was some point in time that I realized how important it was and how important it would be to teach my students this, because for the majority of my life, I have not been an emotionally intelligent person.
Yeah.
And now I am.
Very much so.
But I didn't start out that way. I sucked at all of them. So
hence the podcast.
Hence the podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is all about giving information that I wish I had sooner, which is the whole reason I'm a teacher as well.
It's what you were meant to do, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when I talk to my students about social skills, I always tell them that people think when people first hear about all 5 pillars, my students in particular are like, oh, social skills, Miss Guys, I got that. I'm like, but you don't. Because when people think of social skills, like what do you think of when you think of social skills?
Just having friends, being social. Like,
right.
Are you good around people? Like,
right.
Are you able to hold a conversation? And that's really, I never dug too deep into it.
Yeah.
I never thought about there being pillars and like none of that.
Right. That's what we're all taught about social skills,
Yeah.
because we're not actually taught in depth about what they are
right.
and why they're so important. And so that's what my students think too. So my extroverted students that have a lot of friends think, oh yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
And then when I start talking to them about all the things that social skills is made up of, they're like, maybe not so much.
Right.
Maybe not so much.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a part of it, what you were saying, which
Sure.
is what most people think social skills is, which is the ability, like having friends and being popular and holding conversations. Yes, all of those are a part of it.
Yeah.
However, you can't hold great conversations that move people or that make people feel like listened to, heard, seen, if you're not good at all of the other things.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
So it's not just extroverted people then that can be good at social skills. You can have, I tell my students this all the time because I have plenty of students who are quiet and more introverted.
Yeah.
And yet I would tell them that some of them are actually better at social skills than some of my more extroverted students.
Really?
Because of how self-aware they are. And because most of them are great listeners.
That's a big part of it.
Because they're not as concerned with being heard. Yeah. It's more natural for them to listen and to observe.
Love that.
And you can learn so much by doing those two things, just listening and observing.
It's hard to be taught something if you're always talking, right?
100%.
Like,
100%.
You gotta be quiet and listen.
Absolutely.
To actually be taught something new.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people, especially adults who think they're good at social skills, are not very good at that. They're not very good at listening.
Yeah.
And so I tell my students all the time, and I forget where I heard this, but I heard we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak.
I love that.
I love it
so
too.
much.
I love it too.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder for me as well, because so much of my career and life is spent talking, that sometimes I also need the reminder that I'm not the only one teaching here. I learn from my students all the time. And so it's wise for me to listen.
You're a great listener.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I feel like you know the time to speak and the time to, like, you might not know everything, so let me be quiet and learn.
And that is part of social skills right there, is knowing what you know and knowing what you don't know.
Yeah.
None of us know it all. So
Right.
let's stop pretending and let's listen to the people that know more than us.
Yeah.
And the things that we know, other people know different things. Sure. And everyone has something to give, to offer. And, you know, my students work a lot in groups, in not just my class, but a bunch of their classes.
Yeah.
And the ability to know that, yes, you bring something to the table, but also your group mates. Everyone brings something to the table. Yeah. And how willing are you to figure out what that is and have that add to whatever you're trying to do? Yeah. That's also part of social skills. So the building, maintaining, and filtering of relationships is absolutely a part of social skills. I'm not saying that it's not. It is. It just isn't everything.
Right.
And there's depth to being able to do that.
Yeah.
You don't just like make friends and keep them. Like, there's skills involved in being able to do that and doing it well.
Yeah.
So being able to build relationships with people is a part of it, but you don't have to be extroverted to do that. You can just put yourself in positions. And also with technology nowadays, you don't have to be that extroverted social person to do that. You can definitely build relationships through technology until you become comfortable.
Sure.
You can even be a couple of the other things I'm going to be talking about, vulnerable, and build trust through those things too. You don't have to be the biggest, loudest person in the room with all the friends to be great at those things. Yeah. It truly, truly requires a mastery of all the other 4 pillars to be great at social skills.
Do you think any of the pillars are more important than the others?
I really don't.
No?
Well, no, yeah, I do. The first one.
Self-awareness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because self-awareness is knowing yourself well enough to not only know what you're great at, but also to recognize what you're not great at. Yeah. And then purposefully, intentionally going to work on those things. And how that shows up in social skills is because if you don't know yourself, you cannot form great relationships with other people, whether that's friendships, romantic relationships, or with colleagues at work. You just can't.
So true.
Not deep, fulfilling, lasting relationships. And whether you think it's important or not, even your relationships with people that you wouldn't consider friends, maybe they're just colleagues, right? People you work with, the better you are at social skills, the better those relationships will be. And a group of people that work together who all are self-aware, you can do anything with those people. Yeah. Anything. Because they're primed and ready for all of the other pillars. Right. But if you don't have that one, you can't do anything.
Like the foundation.
100%. Yeah. Self-awareness is the foundation. Social skills is the application. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you do not intentionally work on knowing you, it makes all of the other pillars very difficult.
And what are some, I know we went through this when we were on the self-awareness pillar, but maybe some people haven't seen that episode or didn't listen. Yeah. So what would you say would be like some things people can do in order to become more self-aware, or to like dive deeper into what does this even mean? How do I become good at it? Yeah.
Things that you can start to do right now today. When you get to the end of your day before you go to sleep, just think about your day. Think about what you said, what you did, how you acted, what your body language was, your tone, just you. Just think about you as you moved through your day. and think about how you functioned in the day.
Yeah.
Did you take time to figure out how you were feeling? Did you say something maybe you didn't mean? How was your energy around people? Did you make the people around you better? Right? Like, just think about yourself. That's like the simplest thing. You need no equipment, no anything for that.
Yeah.
To just actually just review your day.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically how you were in that day.
Okay.
That's like a most brilliant start.
Yeah.
Because if you are starting to intentionally be aware of how you work through your day, then you can think about what went great and what could have gone better.
Yeah.
And then when you start asking yourself those questions, what went great in your day and what could have gone better, you will dig into all of the other layers that make you more self-aware.
I love that.
2 questions at the end of your day. What went great? What could have gone better? It's the simplest way to start it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And
what
so
could you have done differently, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What could you have done differently?
Nice.
Like, maybe you're okay with how you did something, but what could have made it even better?
Sure.
How could have you said that differently? How could you have gone about that conversation differently?
Yeah.
Maybe you were at a 10 emotionally and you shouldn't have even spoken at that point, right?
Yeah.
That goes
We've
into
all
the self-regulation.
done that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
We've
even
all done that.
So here's the other thing about someone who's really good at these pillars and really good at emotional intelligence. It doesn't stop you from making the mistakes.
Sure.
Because you're a human being.
Yeah.
What it does is when you make the mistakes, there's a realization, recognition, and repair. That's the magic of it. Yeah. It's not going to stop any of us from making the mistakes.
Yeah.
But it is going to help us move through things and get better and better and become a better version of ourselves. Mm-hmm. That's the key to it. It's not trying to be perfect.
Right.
It really is the awareness.
Yeah.
That's honestly the key.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. So building, maintaining, filtering relationships requires 2 huge things: vulnerability and trust.
Yeah. And
they work off of each other. You cannot build trust without vulnerability. All right. So like you and I have talked about how the willingness for either one of us to be vulnerable builds trust.
Yeah, definitely.
And when I say something that's very vulnerable for me to say to you, whether we realize it or not, in your mind, that tells you, well, if she's willing to do this with me, then that means I can do that with her. And that builds trust.
Yeah.
The other thing about vulnerability is, and these are the things that are very hard for people, and we naturally as human beings avoid vulnerability because it exposes us.
Yeah.
Being vulnerable it like opens us up and says, here's what I'm not great at.
Right.
Here are my struggles.
Yeah.
I'm willing to be honest with you and tell you for real how I feel.
I'm a real human.
Right.
Imagine that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it opens us up to judgment, embarrassment, shame, all the things we like to avoid.
Of course.
It's natural for human beings to avoid. So being vulnerable is saying, I don't know that. Can you help me?
Sure.
My students I talk to them about this all the time. They don't like to ask for help because to them, it means if I raise my hand and I ask a question, I don't know. And I don't want people to know I don't know.
Yeah.
And so what I tell them all the time is, first of all, you're not supposed to know. That's why you're in school.
Yeah.
If you knew everything, I wouldn't have a job. So we don't expect you to know everything. You're not supposed to know everything. You'll never know everything.
You're a child.
Right. But even for adults, though, because
That's true.
when we become adults, we're like, well, I'm an adult now, so I should know. Yeah. No, there are some things that you're still not going to know. So saying to someone who you know knows, saying, can you help me with that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Right.
I was talking to my dad today, and he was working on his car. And he said, oh, I'm working on the blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know what it was. And I was just like, what is that? And then he told me.
Yeah.
And now I know.
Right.
That's all.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, being a person who I'll say it like this. How you respond to people's questions does matter though.
Definitely.
Right? So if I asked my dad that and he was like, how do you not know this? Okay, well now I'm not asking you questions anymore. Ever again.
Right.
Never,
now I
ever
feel
again.
dumb. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had a teacher
I gotta
like
go.
that. I had a teacher like that. My physics teacher in high school, mind you, I was a good student now. I was a very good student. I did not get in trouble. I was paying attention. Like I was quiet and focused because I knew school was hard for me. And one day I was willing to raise my hand and tell my physics teacher I didn't know something. And he responded by saying, that's not my problem that you don't know. Do you think I ever asked a question in that class again? Never. Never, ever, ever did I. And first of all, that is your job.
What do you mean?
Right.
It's not my.
And that actually is your job as a teacher, right? So I never asked a question again. So just a side note, but an important side note, how we respond to people asking us questions does matter.
Yeah.
You know what? And sometimes I get frustrated with students when I just spent 15 minutes going over. I gave you a template. I gave you an outline. I went over every single instructions. I asked a few odd questions. Miss, guys, what are we doing?
What are you doing?
So I have to fix my face too when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And recognize like I have students who have ADHD. Everyone think my class is right before lunch. Probably think about a sandwich. You know, you never know.
Sure.
So I've had to think about that too. Is like, if I respond this way to this student, they may never ask me a question again. And I don't want that. Right. So that goes to being a good listener. Yeah. Okay. And making sure that when someone does ask us a question, we recognize, wow, that person was just really brave. And they're willing to say, I don't know. Yeah. And that's vulnerability. And that's a beautiful thing.
It's an interesting perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. I think because I'm asked questions all day long, like it's made me look at this differently.
Yeah.
But vulnerability is that too. It's saying, I don't know. Yeah. I need help. Can you help me? It's also saying 2 words that are the hardest for a lot of people.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say I'm sorry.
You should have. Trust your gut, babe. Come on.
Pick me.
Yeah, you. Yeah, what?
I'm sorry.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. You got it, girl. So saying I'm sorry. The recognition that we've hurt someone, whether intentional or not, and being able to say, I messed up. Yeah. I'm sorry. And meaning it, like genuinely apologizing. And then doing the work to fix it.
Right.
You can't just say, I'm sorry over and over and over again for the same thing. And expect someone to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Like you got to put in the work to fix the thing.
Yeah.
And that is also part of the building trust. Yeah. So the vulnerability part is saying, I'm sorry. The building trust is doing something to repair what we've done and be better and not make that same mistake. Vulnerability is also being willing to open up about the hard things. Yeah. And
that's hard.
100%.
That's hard.
100%.
Yeah.
It's just really powerful though.
For sure.
And you're not going to divulge your deepest, darkest secrets to everybody. You do that with people who have earned your trust, of course. But in the context of social skills, if you're not willing to be vulnerable, you will not build that trust. Therefore, your relationships can never be what they could be.
So how do you pick and choose who to do that with and who not to? Is it off of just like feeling? Like I feel like we could grow this friendship or relationship. Maybe I should try.
So this is what makes it vulnerable.
Yeah.
You don't always know.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to try it and see how it works. So I wouldn't go with my deepest, darkest secret first.
No. What is your
right?
deepest, darkest
secret? Easy, Tigray. I wouldn't go with that one, whatever that is for me. Not that I'm going to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? You already know my deepest, darkest secrets. But I wouldn't start with the deepest one, but I would start with one that does make you a little bit vulnerable, right? Just simply telling someone something that's hard for you is a step.
Yeah.
And then seeing what they do with that information. to see. And it's not a test, but it is.
It is.
It is, but it's also vulnerability in action.
Sure.
Because if I'm willing to tell you something that's hard for me,
yeah,
that exposes me. And you have two choices with that information. Mm-hmm. You can say, oh, dang, that's actually something I'm good at. I can help you with that. Mm-hmm. Or you can be like, what? That's what you're bad at? And you can go tell a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And depending on how you decide to respond, lets me know whether I can go deeper with you or not, whether I can trust you or not.
Sure.
So it is trial and error. And then sometimes for people who are really good at emotional intelligence, mm-hmm. they will show you before you even have to try and figure it out that you can trust them.
Okay.
Just by how they operate.
Sure.
In life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are just some people, not a lot, but there are some people that just by you observing the way they live their lives, you're like, I could tell that person anything.
Yeah.
I just know it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And how you get people to trust you is when someone is vulnerable with you, you listen and you keep their secrets. It's not your story to tell. You keep people's secrets. I was talking to someone, it's been a while. And I was like, oh, I don't think people know that about you. And they were like, really? And I was like, yeah. Well, I told you. And I'm like, yeah. Well, I figured you would tell other people. No. What? No way. It's not my story to tell.
Right.
Right.
Not everybody operates like that.
I know.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. But it's not my story to tell. If it's not about me, it's not my story to tell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So being a person who is a vault, being a person who truly listens, being someone who says I'm sorry and means it and tries to repair and become better, right? Yeah. All of those things are a part of building trust through vulnerability. Mm-hmm. And vulnerability is not earned by everybody. And I'm not saying go tell everybody everything. No. What I am saying is to develop great relationships and to have great social skills, it requires vulnerability. Mm-hmm. And vulnerability does build trust. And if you don't have trust, we all know you have nothing.
Nada.
No relationship can work without trust.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
It's just not a thing. Yeah. The other thing that I teach more to my students, because I feel like this is adults hopefully know this.
Hopefully.
Well, most of them, I would say, know this. But I actually learned this from Oprah, believe it or not.
I believe it.
Code switching.
Oh. Yep.
The ability to code switch.
Tell the people what that is.
Okay. This is important. Like I teach this to my students. It's so important and they're not very good at it. And I feel like when we were kids, we were better at it than these kids are.
It has a lot to do with respect too.
It does. So my student, like they do stuff I would never do in front of an adult. Never, ever, ever. They cuss in front of me. I'm like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to? I'm standing right here.
Yeah.
I have a big afro. I know you can see me. Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
And it puzzles me and surprises me all the time because I'm like, I would never. Mm-hmm. As a kid, I would never cuss in front of an adult.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen. And I know I don't cuss now, but I did when I was a teenager because that's what everybody was doing. So of course I did, but not in front of a teacher.
Yeah.
Not in front of my mama.
Yeah.
In front of my grandparents. No. And they just be cussing. I'm like, code switch. What is that, Miss Guys? So it's the ability, time and place.
Yeah.
Time and place. When you go to an interview, I want to be wearing this t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to dress up. I'm going to make sure my hair is did. I'm going to look suited and booted. I'm going to look someone in the eye, give them a firm handshake, right?
Yeah.
Time and place. If you go into the beach, that's when you wear a swimsuit, not to an interview. When you're in front of adults, you don't cuss. When you're with your friends, you do whatever. Mm-hmm. Right? It's wherever we go, there are rules and regulations to that place.
Sure. And
you act accordingly. Mm-hmm. I tell my students, this is an academically professional space. Yeah. You need to speak in a way that is academically professional, especially when you're in front of the adults, the staff on this campus. Yeah. When you're with your friends at lunch, whoop-de-whoop, kiki, all the things.
Sure.
But you have to know time and place.
Yeah.
Time to be loud, time to be quiet. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So code switching, being able to go anywhere and not fit in, because I don't like that. That's a whole different conversation about fitting in and belonging. But be able to be relatable in any time and space. Yeah. So I can go. This is also being well-rounded. That's maybe another word that people would use, being well-rounded.
Sure.
Right. So I grew up in Spring Valley. I speak in a very specific type of way. If I'm amongst friends and kind of just relax and whatever, that comes out of me. But when I'm in a professional setting, I speak professionally.
Yeah.
But I can go back and forth quick.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And then if I'm with people who love sports, I can talk sports, but I can also talk plays and musicals.
I was going to say theater
and
music.
And, yeah. So it's being someone that can intentionally go into a space and make people feel heard and seen because you're willing to learn the space and what's supposed to be happening there.
Right.
And so with teenagers, it's mainly in the way that they dress and then the way that they speak is how I teach it to them. Right. Knowing time and place, knowing if you go for an interview, you're not going to be dressed like that. But when you come to school, you can. Right. It's how we represent ourselves, how we present ourselves in the way that we speak and what we wear, and just knowing the rules and regulations depending on where we're at. But you have to pay attention to do that.
Yeah.
Right. And when we're teenagers, that's not really our forte. No. But especially with them. And I don't know what it is about the cussing. That's wild to me.
Yeah, it is.
It's super wild to me.
It is.
I don't get that at all. So I don't know what the big change was there, but
do they cuss around their parents?
I don't know. Maybe. What's funny is I asked my students that actually one time, I was like, raise your hand if you're allowed to cuss in front of your parents.
Anybody raise their hand?
Yes.
Really?
But you know who didn't raise their hand?
The people that cuss the most?
The students of color. I'm just saying.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what else to say about that. I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
Those were the ones who were like, oh no, Miss Geis, absolutely. And I was like, yeah, exactly. I'm just saying. We're going to leave that one alone. But you know what I'm talking about. They're very, very adept at code switching. They know better. That's what it is. They know better. That's what it is. Yeah. So that's just another piece of it that I talk to my students about when it comes to social skills. Like, if you don't know how to code switch, you don't have good social skills.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not willing to be vulnerable, if you're not willing to say, I'm sorry, I don't know that, can you help me? You don't have social skills. It's not just about the relationships. It's about the depth of those relationships and how you build that. And it's also being able to filter people in and out of your life. Because some people, and this is where I get them too, because I tell them all the time, some of y'all have friends and they're not friends. They're not friends. If they're leading you astray from what you know you need to be doing, that's not a friend.
Yeah.
If they're putting you down and not lifting you up, not a friend.
Yeah. And
you're still around them, you don't know how to filter, which means you don't know. I say
so many layers.
This is when I get them. When I hear the, oh, Miss Geis, this is when I get them. Some of y'all are in toxic relationships and you staying in them. Oh, don't hurt them, Miss Geis. Don't hurt them. That's when I get them. They're like, oh, shoot.
You got a boyfriend and girlfriend across
the
room from each other. They're looking at each other with daggers.
And I know who all the relationships are. I know all of them. And then I sometimes be looking at people in particular. Some of y'all look straight at them. Some of y'all in toxic relationships and you don't love yourself enough to get on out. Get out. Hey, I was there. We both been in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we out. And now we got this.
Learn when to filter.
Get them on out or bring them on in. Yeah. That's it. So that's it. Social skills.
A lot more to social skills than I ever thought.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And it's important, right? Super.
I mean, this stuff is super, super important.
Yeah. I mean, your life revolves around being social for the most part.
100%.
You got to go to work. You don't have to have friends, but like, it's kind of human nature to like have some relationships that aren't just family.
Exactly.
So
humans are meant to be in community with each other.
Yeah.
We are naturally social creatures. That doesn't mean we're all extroverted. It just means that we thrive off of being around the right people, not just people,
the right
but the right people.
Yep.
And everyone needs at least one more person.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 10, right? We talked about that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 10.
Right.
But 1 to 2 great people. Everybody needs that.
Yeah.
We all need to feel loved, supported, all that.
Definitely.
But you got to pick the right ones. Right? And so social skills, it's really, really important.
Very.
All of the rest of the pillars in action.
Love it.
That's it. That's all.
That's it.
We finished. Emotional intelligence.
We finished emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we good at it yet?
Getting there. If you a little bit of work to do.
Hey, we all do.
We all do. Self-aware.
100%. If you haven't listened to the other 4 pillars, please go do that. It'll give this conversation more context. Mm-hmm. So self-awareness, self-regulation, self-motivation, empathy are the other 4. Mm-hmm. So please go listen to those. They will make every single one of us better. And it will also be important to teach other people. And then this one, the final one, all of those in action.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job, hun.
Good job to you.
Bun.
Hun bun. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate you.
For sure.
We appreciate you all very much.
Or else we're just sitting here talking to ourselves.
Which we do all the time, but it's also fun to talk to you.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
I forgot about it. No.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Deuces.
Mooses.